But you guys started doing Smash or Pass. And the one that I actually I thought I had downloaded a clip because I was going to play a little segment of. Did you write it down? I just want to know. George Washington was debated as a Smash or Pass because he'll tattletale on you because he can't tell a lie. I think I cried a little bit. I might have peed a little bit laughing because I thought to myself, could you imagine? Just George, I'm in, but one iota comes out of your. I mean, I could just.
So what, you want to know if we wrote it down first, like prepared the joke?
I don't know what else we're going to talk about. I'm just having some fun with just something that I loved, and I just like.
You
got me. That's all I'm saying. You know.
No, we don't prepare that. Steven Ransom, man, is a friend of ours, and he asked us a similar question one time. He's a regular on all of our streams.
Yeah,
or
used to be anyway. Steven. He was one of the first people ever to like meme us. So
he's an OG dude. But yes, he said the same thing. He's like, do you guys like write down your stuff, or it's because it's crazy how constant it is? And that actually made me blush a little bit when he said that, because I was just like, no, man, we actually don't at all. And that George Washington thing, by the way, you brought up, I can't even. I don't even care if it's like jerking ourselves off a little bit. That was hilarious because we were talking about it and it all just seemed to fit together perfectly in the conversation. Like, he can't tell a lie. He chopped down the cherry tree in his dad's backyard. It's like he took his dad's virginity. Like, that's hilarious. It just rolls off the tongue and rolls off the brain. Like, it all.
Again, you guys have been together for 20 years, so it's like you just have this chemistry, and next thing you know, you're down this rabbit hole. And if you guys have not been on a stream, and I have to admit, I'm not a good wrench. These knuckleheads, for some reason, made me a wrench. I'm like, you guys have no idea what kind of crazy crap I might link to just to stir up the chat. I'll just start linking to Bollywood stuff. This is just, the chat's too quiet. Let's just tell them how great this movie is. I mean, I have no shame about just doing. If it can remotely entertain myself, I might. So, but yeah, Smasher Pass Jedis and Smasher. I mean, just
before the Indian cinema came around, man, the Smasher Pass Jedi Council, that was our #1 video.
First one,
and it was like around, I don't even know, like maybe 10,000. It was less than 10,000, but it was like 8,000 maybe or something.
Yep,
but that was our #1 video, and it's crazy how much better our Indian stuff did. But our Smasher Passes, that's like super fun to do, because we don't just say, all right, Smash Pass. We go analytical with it. That's the fun part, dude. It's
so absurd, and it's fun to be absurd. Like, I literally, and I think that's what I don't know which of you messaged me back or how we have this interaction of a relationship here. I think it's mostly Don, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think the Smash or Pass comments that's where you got me kind of like totally hooked as a guilty pleasure, because it was just absurd. I could just be listening to this, and I would just. Okay, I can laugh for a minute. I can have some fun. I can think about, and then I just thought, well, I'm going to go on I try to catch them live, and of course now they don't get. Actually, to be honest, since they don't give us notifications, folks, just pretend there are never going to be notifications. It's just easier that day. Just figure out the one or two things. Kind of have a calendar going and figure out when people are going to do things. That's all. It's just easier to just do it. It's fine because they're not going to cooperate. But hang out with a chat. These guys don't mind me coming up with hashtags and Smash and Pass. I mean, I'm just like, I'll throw some gasoline on this stuff and have some fun.
Oh, you should. It's great for the chat. I love the interaction. And spoiler alert, I guess, shameless plug. Next Thursday, we are going to do a Smash or Pass of RRR. So, just saying, show up for that.
We got some surprises in there.
So, all right. So I sent one of you a photo, or I put on your Twitter or whatever, man. I have to another one. You guys are so good at this. The RIP. Oh my gosh, my brain just totally cramped out on freaking Black Adam joke. The Widow's Peak.
Oh, Widow's Peak. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Widow's Peak genocide.
And I kid you not, that Saturday, and I took a screenshot. I had my grandkid for a minute, so she wanted to play with Spider-Man mask. I put it on her. We're watching like the 1967 cartoon. I kid you not. Screenshot: Peter Parker had a Widow's Peak, and I'm like, no.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh,
it's real.
Yes, and it's hardcore real. Like, there's dozens of examples all across media of getting away of the Widow's Peak. I'm like, I don't understand where this all started. I have to keep documenting that kind of nonsense.
I don't know. And it's funny because we're only, like I said, me and Don are in our late 20s or whatever. So we don't have a ton of experience with people, even real life, from back then, let alone media. So, but we assume now, because of this Widow's Peak genocide, I think that there must have been a ton of people in real life running around with Widow's Peaks before our time. You know what I mean? It's just been slowly phased out. It's like eugenics.
I think I think it does kind of get to grow that way. Once it starts falling out, it falls out this direction.
Oh,
This
dude,
is-
mine's already
right.
getting there.
right. So you end up with this. If you just let it grow and just kind of groom it that way, I could definitely get that way. Go full on, Pop's Widow Peak. I could
Dude,
probably pull it
hashtag
off.
Pops Widow's Peak revival.
Maybe,
You
maybe
can be
it's
the
a fun
man.
way. Get me monetized. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Our
I need
poster
the
Start
hour.
the
child.
movement.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like some person with the Widow's Peak committed like one of the worst genocides in the
Correct.
20th century, and you're like, okay, let's phase the Widow's Peak out. He's so iconic with it, right?
Like a
there's
Hitler's
no reason
mustache.
for it.
Like a Hitler's
Yes,
mustache
exactly,
would not
yeah.
be right. So we don't have a Widow's Peak, serial killer that we can all point to. No, it's
Right.
just something they're all doing. It's like Gingerside, right? They're all like,
That's weird because the ginger side goes one direction. They change the gingers to black actors or
POCs.
actresses.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's so weird that it's not like, hey, we're gonna make them not ginger, which that's just like, why are you doing that? Like, just make them a ginger. But they're all going to a minority, which is such a weird direction to take it.
It's really, really strange, by the way. Awesome one. Here's the latest effort at nicknames. Let's see. Pops, our Widow's Peak Godfather. Maybe.
Yes, Sensei.
Maybe. Sensei. I don't know. So, how do you guys sort of, I mean, I guess you kind of answered the question, but it sounds like it's a lot of just fly by the seat of your pants and what you're going to talk about and kind of thing. And you kind of have a structure, organization of how you're going to do all of that. I mean, how do you guys kind of, are you just kind of, this is topical, this is not topical, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this? How do you guys, you schedule out a week or two with kind of a skeletal plan? What do you guys do to kind of do that?
Somewhat. Like for our streams now, we'll have at the beginning a few articles, and those are the ones that Don finds, because I like to react to things without seeing them first. Like if I find something online and I send it to him, like, have you seen this? He's like, I had this for our stream tomorrow. I was like, damn it, because I want to be real and like actually react to it or whatever. But when you're talking about our older videos that we just recorded privately without a chat or whatever, yeah, we just like kind of send each other a few texts back and forth, like, let's talk about this, and then we get on and just riff for a while. And that's the main thing I want to say too.
Yeah,
we riff to entertain each other, pretty much. Like, it's to make each other laugh, and then we post it for other people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, it feels like you're like in a phone call with us or like hanging out with us. And I usually like podcasts and stuff like that, entertainment that you feel like, oh, I know they're telling inside jokes, but I almost feel like I'm hanging out with these guys. And they're just like, they're just so entertaining to be around. And I feel like me and Gator are able to pull that off somewhat. I'm not trying to like, pat myself on the back here too hard, but at least you somewhat get like, dude, yeah, these guys are just so funny. Or, they're just having maybe not funny, but they're just having such a fun time. Right?
Yeah, they're entertaining each other. That's what it is. It's like,
yes, and
I'm going to be entertaining you, because I don't care if you think we're funny, you as a viewer necessarily, but you should be able to listen to us having fun and then join that mood. Right. That's really what it is. If you don't find it funny, I don't care. But if you at least acknowledge that we find it funny and it's like a positive environment, it's like, okay, hell yeah,
And yeah, I agree. That's kind of the appeal for me. It's like we're hanging out at a restaurant or whatever. It's like, all right, it's no longer funny or to me or whatever. It's like, all right, I gotta go, guys. And you guys are like, all right, whatever. See you later. Maybe next time. It's like there's no hard feelings. I think there's. Have you run into like the YouTubers with like the stick up the butt? Like, I don't want to do it anymore with you guys, or you're too much. Or you got into that yet? Because
no comment right now.
Not going to mention names. Not going to dox anybody or anything like that. But you've already run into that.
Yeah, we definitely have. And it's not too bad because we're just kind of like, yeah, you're doing your own thing. Totally get you. So we'll just, like, I understand why you don't want to not be associated with us, but like whatever we bring to the table is not the flavor you want to put on your channel, and it doesn't bother us at all. We're kind of like, yeah, that's fine. I understand. Like, we don't want people coming onto our channel that are like I'm trying to think of a good example of it. A
prude.
Prude, but also like hyper analytical and can't like delve into the nuances with us when we're like, okay, but why is he doing this? Don't you think, like, we're talking about the glass and the feet, a little earlier, and we're just talking about that, and we'll just dive into a whole foot thing. If they don't follow us there, then it's kind of like, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't be on here with us.
The third person's got to at least follow, at least laugh, at least something like that, just to stay in the mood. You don't have to find it funny, but just stay in the mood, maybe not even contribute. But it's like, we've never really had this, but if somebody were to come on with us, well, actually, Don Boy's been on streams where this has happened, and I've listened, and it is painful sometimes, but if he makes a joke, or if I make a joke and somebody's just like, huh, that's inappropriate or something
Or-
like that, and then no one else
Oh,
comes
wow.
to his
That
aid.
said it out loud. I have to admit, you guys have caught me. I think we may have been on a stream where I think I was like this, like, oh my god, I'm on it. They're discussing anal rape of a celebrity or something. It was
Well,
like, oh
that's
my,
fine.
and I was like, oh my god, there's gonna be a screenshot of this. Yeah,
No, but that reaction's okay.
but
What you just
but
did.
I'm not like, oh my god, this is just offensive. Oh my god, it's like I you know what? That's just never gonna be. That's too much of an adult in my bloodstream. But I already get stuff.